Christmas DIY friends. I am so happy you came on over to spend some time together with me. Of course, for everyone who is new here, welcome, and my name is Yanni and I have this Christmas all year round channel. I hope you like Christmas as much as I do. For today I am making from some tumbling tower blocks. I am going to make a Christmas sledge, if I speak it out right. Here in the Netherlands we say kerst sleigh. So I will do my best to make something beautiful. So if you like this Christmas content all year round, I hope you will consider subscribing to my channel. Of course, click the red subscribe button and the bell button so you will be notified every time I upload something which has to do with Christmas. It can be a DIY, it can be a haul, it can be shopping, so it can be anything. So I hope you like this. So enough talking, let's jump into this new DIY. You see what we use for this DIY, and what a surprise it will be. Tumbling tower blocks. We need 51 blocks, of course, from the Dollar Tree. Your sled will be a little bit bigger because this tumbling tower blocks are a little bit smaller. I bought this one on online, but of course here also in the action day you can find also our tumbling tower blocks, but from the Dollar Tree I know they are a little bit bigger. So this is what we will need for the first sleds we are going to make. You see, blocks are ready and I am ready. I hope you are ready, ready too. I'm going to make it in two pieces, the underside of the sled and the upside. So first we're going to make the upside of the sled. So I will go work my way, and if you think it's a little bit boring and it's a little bit too long, just skip forward, I always say. But for everyone who loves to see how I make it step by step, I hope you enjoy, and I'm going to film everything, so I hope you don't mind. So first what I'm going to do is make 6 blocks in a row. This 6th one, and again 6th one over here and here. So I make 2 lines of 6 of the blocks. And I will do this with some music and then you can follow me along. So you see, we have 2 of the 6 blocks on each other. Now we're going to do sideways, and now we're going to glue both of the pieces together. And again, try to get it as straight as you can. And squeeze it very hard. And remove the glue you don't need. So you see, now you have the bottom of your sled. I hope every here in the in the Netherlands, sled means a totally different word. So if I see it, I always get a nice thing about it. So, but we ignore this. What I'm going to do right now, I'm going to do on the front side. I'm going to do 2 of this one and 2 on top of here and 2 on top of here. So I show you that now. We're going to do 2 together. And of course, again, squeeze it very hard. We are going to do this one. So get 2 of 2. Squeeze again very hard. And we are going to glue both of them together. So we get again a 4-piece. And remove the glue again. I'm just sounding like some a CD what is on on the repeat. So, but I'm going to glue this on top of here, just this way, and I'm going to try to do it as fast as I can. Of course, glue it over here. I have to look for if I have it straight and squeeze it. And you see, this is already the first part. Now we take 2 blocks again, glue it to each other, and just this way. And we are going to glue this one, not on top of here, but flat. So just this way, but straight in the straight line with this one. So I'm going to do some glue over here, of course, and now I'm going to try to get a straight line. I show it to you in a moment. This is what I mean. You see, now you have 12 as a bottom. You have 4 over here and 2 flat on top of here. So this is the front of your sled. Now we are going to do again the back side, and we are going to do 3 on top of each other, because this one has to be higher. So again, we are going to do this one. So make 2 pairs of 3. And this way, just squeeze very hard. And another one, then you already have your first block of 3. And of course, I use my glue gun, but of course you can use any glue you like. If you have more experience with another glue, go ahead. Everything is fine. And I'm going to do this one. But with my glue gun, it works always a little bit faster. And especially because I don't want to bore you, so I try to go as fast as I can. Again, we are going to do both of them again together, this way. And this way. Now we're going to glue this on top of here. I have to look if I am, and now we have to do 2 pieces together again on this way. And remove the glue again. I can't keep say that enough, remove your glue, because later on you will see totally in your display, you will see how many glue there is outside, and I try always to keep it as low as I can. So I'm going to glue the back side of the sled to the frame. So I'm going to do it this way and just squeeze it. You see, now you have already the back side and the front side. So sorry, you fell out on me. We are back again. Well, I'm going to do some glue over here. And now we're going to do the one which is to again flat on top on the same side way we did on the front. And of course I show you to you in a moment. I will move the glue again. It's a lot of gluing and removing. So you see, this is how the already he looks like on the sideways. We need some side and we're going to do 2 on top of each other. And we are going to glue this together. This one to make a side of our, and we are going to glue this on top of here. I will do some glue over it. And of course I almost forgot to do the sides, then the side wouldn't be glued. So of course this way I have to look for a second to have it in a straight line. So this is, you see, now you have the side of your sleigh. And I see already what I did wrong. Maybe you already probably see it too. I did this one to the inside and this has to be on the outside. So I have to repair it and then I show it to you. So I repaired it. You see already, now he's on this side and not on the inside. So, and now I have to still, on the other side, I have to make the side again, 2 blocks against each other. And we are going to glue it in place. And on the side, so this way. I show it to you a little bit closer, but so this is already the top of our sleigh. And of course you can make it the way you like. If you like a little bit better to do something again on top of here, you can do more over here, that you say I do a layer of 2 on top of here or extra. There's also a possibility that you say I will do it a little bit bigger to show it to you on the side. This is also an idea. You can do whatever you like. This is the way I make it, and we are going to do now the bottom of our sled. So for the bottom we are going to get 4 blocks and we are going to make them in a straight line this way. So 4 of them, just get them to each other. And again the next one. And the last one. And we are try to get 2 of these pieces, so we get 2 of 4. Another one. I hope that you all like to do step by step, but I also understand there are people who don't like it and it is much too long for them. So just let me know in the comments if this is a little bit too long for you. Then I'm going to do my best to make them a little shorter. But most of the people we hear on our main channel, we hear that they like it when we have the DIYs a little bit longer and just explain what we're doing. And now we have 2 of 4. And that's the only part that's always a little bit difficult, because every time you have to get away of your glue. So you can place them this way, but you also can place them flat, but I'm going to do this way. And here again also, because later on I have troubles with getting I'm going to make 2 blocks again, because we need also a middle. So that's why I need 2 blocks. And the 2 blocks I'm going to glue, make a same length as this and this. And now I'm going to glue it really inside of here. I think I'm taking this measurement. That's a little bit better. So I have to figure out, I still need another middle piece. So I'm gluing again, just real simple, just 2 blocks together. And we are going to place them also over here. And I have to measure out a little bit for my little sled. So this is already too wide. So I think I need them inside of the second one inside, and of this one inside also. So you can measure out really nice where you have to glue. And this one also on the inside. And then you can, if you measure out your little sleigh is falling on top of here. So I will glue one piece already together. But I have to look really careful that I have him in this way. But of course we have to have them straight. Of course we immediately also do the other side, and also on the inside of the already. You have to be certain that he is straight in a straight line, or else you get him totally totally wrong, and it wouldn't look great. So I have to let it dry for a little moment. Of course, you see, and I show you now a little bit better. So this way it is very simple. 4 long pieces, 2 in the middle, and just glue them inside of the second one, and this one inside of the third one. But of course, if you count it from this side, it would be also on this side. So I am going to glue this part and this part also on top of here. And squeeze it. And now we already have almost our frame. What we're going to do, we are going to get one of the blocks and we are going to glue this on each side, this way and this way. So I'm going to a little bit glue, and we are going to glue it this way, of course in a straight line. I show it to you a little bit closer in a moment. And this way. You see, now you get a nice sides, and of course now we need 2 little blocks. I already have one of them, and we are going to glue this on top of here so we get a nice, I showed you, I hope I can show it to you on camera a little bit better, this way. So you see, I have 2 little blocks, and I did the line not totally straight on both of them, so it gives a little bit more of a feeling that it is a real sled. But we will see if this if this is correct or not. So we are going to glue this on top of here, and of course try to get it as straight as you can and squeeze it real hard. And I'm going to do this one. It was a little bit of a task to get the blocks with a saw because the jigsaw is really too big for this kind of blocks, because you only need a little piece. But you can make it any way you like. I always say use your imagination also. And because I'm just also an amateur, I'm just always trying to do my best. And not all my DIYs work, so I have to be honest. So, and I'm really removing the glue. Now we are going to do the little top of our sled. We are going to do glue on top of here, and then he is already finished and ready to paint. So I glued the top on the bottom, and you see this is your really Christmas sled, and I am really happy for the first time. I am really happy how it turned out. Now I'm going to get my paint and we're going to paint it, and then later on we're going to decorate it. Just gives it a more Christmassy feeling. I turned over my placemat so we can, can paint. What I'm going to do, I'm going to use my black schoolboard paint, of course, this way. I'm going to, it's a simple schoolboard paint. You can get them at Dollar Tree, you can get them everywhere. And I'm going to do only the bottom. I'm going to do in the black until here, until this one. I showed you a little bit better, until this stripe. So this will be black, this will be black, and this will be black. And of course the underside will be black, but that's all. So I'm going to do my best. I will bore you with that, so I show it to you when it's black. You see already our sled, how he's looking like with the black on the underside, on the bottom of our sled. And here, what we're going to do, I'm going to take just the simple white chalk paint to do the top, and later on, of course, we will give it a totally Christmassy feeling, because we're going to decorate it, and we are going to make a little picture, a unique picture for on the back side. And of course you can find the unique pictures also in our description box on our videos in our main channel. But first I'm going to paint this in the white chalk paint, and of course do it any color you like. I take white, but if you like a dark red color better with Christmas, or a green one, do whatever you like. I'm just going to do the white color and then going to decorate it. So I will do this out of camera, and I show you in a moment how he's looking like when he's totally painted. Our sled is drying. You see already, he is already changed so much with only a little bit of black and white. What I'm going to do, I'm going to take you now to my computer, and we are going to make our own print for on the back side of here. And then we only need to decorate it, and we are going to make a little Christmas bag just to put it sideways inside of the sled. So all in all, it will be a lot of Christmas. For making our little Christmas sack, we are going to take, I have a napkin, because this napkin already has the tops already fold over. So you get a nice side on here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do them double, and I'm going to cut out the piece I think he will, the biggest I think he will need to be. So I think I'm going to do a little bit this way. I'm going to cut off a little piece of the napkin, and you see already I have stitches sides on this one and on this one, so I still need to make a stitch side on this one. So I'm going to take my glue gun, and I'm just going to fold it over a little piece this way, let it dry, and go the whole way, and just fold over a little piece. So you get also on this side a nice side. Of course, a little bit of glue over here, and we're going to do over here. And of course, it's so easy to do with some glue of your glue gun. If you are great at sewing, then you are better off doing it with a machine, of course. But I take always the easy way, and this is a very cheap way also. So just glue it this way. Now we had nice sides on each side. I have to work a little bit with this one, and the end, of course, you have to work it off. Also very neat. So I'm going to fold this double. Now you have it a long piece, And we are going to turn it around, fold it over, and what we're going to do right now is just going to glue this side and this side, and then we are going to turn it inside out, and then we hope we get a nice a nice ending of our sack. So we will see. For me, this is also the first time I'm making a Christmas bag or sack, just how you call it. Turn it over and just also again do some glue gun of some glue over here. I always say glue gun, I don't know why, but don't mind that. And just fold it on top of each other so you get a nice ending. And now we are going to turn it over and we get the nice side outside if everything is correct. And this way, of course, try to get the corners inside. I take a little piece of my kitchen towel, but of course you can also use some faux snow. So go ahead, push it in as much as you want it to have. It's a little bit of a task, at least especially for me. You see it, because I want to do it as fast as I can, but when the camera is running, it's normally not always the greatest way to do. I take a couple of the branches from outside, so I'm going to cut them in half, and then I'm going to stick them on top of here. I did cut the branches in half, and you can make them as long as you like. Just do whatever you think is right. I'm going to make a bundle out of it, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a little piece of rope and I'm going to turn it over a couple of times on the underside and just make a knot inside of it. It doesn't matter how you do it, just make sure that they stick together. It's a little bit easier to get them inside of your bag. Move them a little bit outside of each other. Just do it a little piece inside of your Christmas bag. And of course, now we are going to take a little piece of rope and then we are going to fold it so we get a nice Christmas bag. So we made our print, so we are ready to do this print on the back side. But first we're going to do, take my black and my brown marker and I will distress it a little bit. So I'm just going to do on the sides a little bit to make the sleds feel like a little bit older. So, but this is optional, you don't have to do it. This is something I do, but you don't have to do it, of course. And I do it very lightly, not a lot, but just little pieces you make a little bit older. And there's no special way how I do it. I'm just going to do what feels best. So, but there are a lot of people who don't like the stressing, so you don't have to, like I said, you don't have to do it. This is just my privilege because it's fitting a little bit better in my decor. I'm just going to do this a little bit, so, and of course the sides on this way. I hope you can see it on camera, just a little bit over here I say a lot of little bit because it is a little bit. And just go over it again to give it a nice rustic feeling. But I'm only doing the sides. So I will do the rest out of camera and then I show you the end result, how the sled is looking like with the distressing. You see already how my sleds turned out already when he is distressed, and I am really loving it. I took already my Mod Podge and my picture we just made on my computer. So of course you can choose for this one or this one. Both of them, like I said, they will be in our free printables. The link you will find in our Deco Easy main channel. In every video of our DIYs is always a link for the free printables. So of course I am going to use this one. I think I like this a little bit better with how the way I want to decorate it. So, but of course you can choose your own one. I like both of them, but I'm going for the Merry Christmas. So you see, I did cut out my little picture and I'm going to Mod Podge it on top of our backside of our little sleigh. And I'm really loving how he's looking like on the backside. So I will Mod Podge this and then we are going to do a little bit of decorating on top of the sledge. On my table I have a little pieces of greenery and you see already this is just a little bit of the neutral greenery without glitters. Of course I have some branches with glitters, but I am going to keep it neutral. I'm going to cut off the tops so I get a nice little branches, and I'm going to do a couple of it this way and a couple of them this way, and then we are going to do some red berries here and I'm going to do some over here. I just take my glue gun and again I'm going to take a piece of the greenery, do a little bit of glue on top of here and just lay one over here on the side and lay the other one on the other side. And you can use, of course, any greenery you like. I'm just taking this one, but of course you are so free to do whatever you like. I'm just doing this one and again lay the other one on top of here, and we're going to do this one on the other side again on top of here and just squeeze it a little bit in place and keep it in place for a moment. You see already I am starting to smoke with my glue gun. I don't know if this is a good sign or a bad sign, but we are just going to go further. And I'm going to do again a little lower and glue it together. And the other one in the opposite direction again. And lay it down. Keep it in place for a moment. And now we are going to do the middle. And the middle I'm always using also a little middle branch. And I'm just going to, you see here, I'm just going to lay one this way and another one to the other side. And just work your way inside of here this way. And now we're going to do the other one on the other side. And now so we get a nice, I show it to you in a moment a little bit better. You see, just it is so simple to make. Just a couple of them this way, couple of them this way, and just make a little of the shorter ones on top of here. So you get a nice in between. And the same procedure we are going to do on this side. And then we are going to cut out some berries. And also the berries, you can use any color you like. I use the red one, but you can use any color you like. And just glue them inside where you think it is right. There's no way you have to glue them. You can do anything you like. I always say I'm an amateur just like everyone else, so just go your own fantasy and glue one over here. And we're going to do the other one. And we are going to glue, at least if my glue will work with me. And we get a threesome over here, you see already. And you can do as many berries as you like. I will do this side also, and then I'll show you the end result. And here you see the end reveal of our Christmas sled made from tumbling tower blocks, and I am so happy how it turned out. Especially also the little Santa sack inside of the sled is really looking so nice and so easy to make. So I show it to you a little bit closer in a moment, but for now, first, thank you so much for doing this DIY together with me. I am so thankful for that. If you like this content and you want to see every Wednesday at 2 p.m. more Christmas decor and Christmas inspiration, it can be, like I always say, a DIY, a haul, a shopping, it can be anything. So if you like this content, I hope you will click the red subscribe button and the bell button so you will be notified every time we go live and upload our DIYs and our Christmas inspiration. So enough talking. If you need more links, you will find them in our description box. I wish you all a beautiful, beautiful day. Stay safe. See you next time. Bye.